Well, hello, this is Kelly and I am the Mathematic Plumber, and today, by popular demand, we're going to talk about laundry sud zones. All code references will be made from the 2020 National Plumbing Code of Canada. The first question we need to answer is, what is a laundry sud zone? Well, it's pretty easy. It's a zone with suds in it.
That's all, folks.
This is video editing Kelly here. Just chiming in to let you know, I've been calling a Suds Pressure Zone a laundry sud zone for the whole video, so you'll just have to bear with my incompetence for the next 10 minutes. But for real now, a laundry sud zone is a place in the piping system where the water becomes turbulent, generally during a change of direction in the piping. Now this turbulent water stirs up the soap inside the pipe and makes it bubble up, just like you see happening in this kitchen sink right now. Now the next question is, when do I need to concern myself with this? Fortunately, in the residential application where there is only one clothes washer, I don't need to do anything about this. But if I have an abnormal residential application with 2 washing machines, or a commercial building with multiple clothes washers, now this enters into the picture. Let's see what the code has to say about this. Clause 2421 Part 4 says, where a change in direction of more than 45 degrees occurs in a sanitary drainage pipe that serves more than one clothes washer, and in which pressure zones are created by detergent suds, no other sanitary drainage pipe shall be connected to it within a length less than a. 40 times the nominal pipe size of the sanitary drainage pipe, or 2.44 meters maximum vertical, whichever is less, before changing direction, and b. 10 times the nominal pipe size of the nominally horizontal sanitary drainage pipe after changing direction. And another shining example of how the code is not confusing whatsoever and nobody actually needs to explain this. Now, just so we are perfectly clear, we don't need to worry about this if we're only changing the direction of our pipe 45 degrees. It's only when we are more than 45 degrees. Although Clause A is quite wordy, what it's trying to say is it's the distance of pipe before a bend that's considered laundry sud zone. Clause B is solely talking about the distance of pipe after a bend in a laundry sud zone. To clarify, we can turn to the back of the code book to the appendices. Clause A2421. We have some shaded or highlighted areas here that are our laundry sud zones in this piping system. This is the areas where we're not allowed to connect any drainage to. We're going to use this example to clarify all the different code clauses that we see here. First of all, we have the soil away stack, which we're going to say is 4 inches in size, so we can do math on it. And we have 2 clothes washers draining through it. Therefore, now we have to concern ourselves with laundry sud zones. So right near the top, we're coming down and we're about to make a bend that's greater than 45 degrees. So we have to consider our first laundry sud zone, which will be vertical. Now we're going into the bend, therefore we need to be 40 times nominal pipe size. 40 times 4 inches is 160 inches, or 13 foot 4 inches. Now, because it's on the vertical, I have another stipulation. It's allowed to be maximum 2.44 meters, which is approximately 8 feet. I'm supposed to do the math and then compare it to that 8 feet, and I select whatever is less. In this case, 8 feet is the maximum, because it's less than 13 foot 4 inches. And I would be allowed to put in a branch fitting above that 8 feet. Now I travel around the corner and I am nominally horizontal on an offset. Therefore, I need to take, for Clause B, 10 times my nominal pipe size. 10 times 4 is 40 inches, or 3 foot 4 inches. I am not allowed to connect a branch connection in that space whatsoever. As we travel down that horizontal portion, we come to another bend that is greater than 45 degrees. Now, I'm entering into it, therefore I need to be 40 times my nominal pipe size, so once again that calculation comes to 13 foot 4 inches. In this case, it is horizontal. Therefore, that 2.44 meter portion does not apply. I am not allowed to connect any branches within 13 foot 4 inches of that drop down through the vertical. Now we continue down a vertical drop and we come to another sud zone right near the base. There's a vent off to the side, and we'll come back to that one. But we're still going to calculate the sud zone here, which on the vertical, we've already figured out to be maximum 8 feet. So I'm not allowed to connect any branch into that within 8 feet. We go around to the horizontal, and once again, we are 10 times our nominal pipe size, and that was 3 foot 4 inches. So no branches in any of those. And while we're at it, let's head right down the pipe, and we're going from horizontal to horizontal. Therefore, I'm going to need to do the calculation 40 times my nominal pipe size, and because it's on horizontal, I have to do that full amount. I do not get that exemption for vertical pipe. Therefore, it will be 13 foot 4 inches between the bend and any branches that go in there. I turn around the corner, and once again, it's on the discharge side, so that is 10 times my nominal pipe size, which was 3 foot 4 inches. Now let's look back at that vent pipe. But first we should go through clause 2421 part 5, where a vent pipe is connected into the Suds pressure zone referred to in sentence 4. No other vent pipe shall be connected to that vent pipe within the height of the Suds pressure zone. Now I have no idea what this vent pipe actually is. It's kind of weird, but it's a good one for the example. What this clause is telling me is I'm not allowed to connect any other vents into this vent pipe here lower than that calculated vertical laundry sud zone. In this case, 8 feet. For giggles, I made this little chart here showing the length of pipe when it's multiplied by 40 and 10 compared to all these different pipe sizes. This is just a reference for you. Let's go through one more example together to reinforce everything. This is another picture of a building drainage system from the codebook. I've got this main stack coming down, picking up multiple toilets, so it will be 4 inches in size as well. Our first clothes washer is on the 3rd floor. Now there is more than one clothes washer altogether, but this vertical pipe below it is not considered to be a laundry sud zone because it's only serving one washing machine. Now we come down to the next story and there's another clothes washer. Now at this point we need to start concerning ourselves with the laundry sud zone as we get near the base of the stack, where we see a fixture drain, which we're going to say is a kitchen sink, joining in right near the base of the stack. The question is, am I allowed to do this? The answer is, no, I am not. We're going to say that's 3 feet from the base of the stack. That branch coming right out of there is going to be sudsing right up. It's going to go past that, and we're going to concern ourselves with not having good venting there because of this. So we cannot do that. We would have to connect that fixture drain in somehow else. Now we also see a vent connected into the base of that stack. This is a vent stack. And if we look up a little bit higher, we've got the individual vent from that fixture drain joined into the vent stack. This will be okay as long as that individual vent is joined in above that 8-foot mark that we calculated for the vertical sud zone. Now I have a couple honorable mentions which technically are not code clauses but are good practice. There's a long history from back in the day, and I'm talking decades ago, where they'd take the laundry standpipe and join it straight into the side of the floor drain. And we would call this a running trap. So whenever that clothes washer would drain, it would go straight into the floor drain and make a whole bunch of suds and come up on the floor. Don't do that. Honorable mention number 2. There was a period of time, at least in our area, where if you had a single residential clothes washer and you wanted to join that into a wet vent that was adequately sized, the inspectors would fail you for it. They wanted to see that it was individually vented and connected separately into the drainage. This is not a code clause, and if you have an inspector trying to enforce this, ask him where they're getting this data from. It may come from an expired stand data, but I'm not entirely certain. Just a heads up for you though. Well, people, I hope that answers all your questions around laundry sud zones. And remember, at the Mathematic Plumber, if it's a fight, you're doing it right. Have a good day.